Okay, this is part 2 of the Group 1 metals video. I'm going to scroll through to the final slide. We've already looked at the reactions of the Group 1 metals with water, and we also looked at the reasons for the increase in reactivity down the group. And so all we need to do is finish off with the equations for the reactions that we've seen. So we're going to look at the reactions or the equations of the reaction with lithium, which was a solid when we put it in water. And water, we always say, is a liquid, unless it's obviously been evaporated to form steam or is frozen to form ice. Sometimes I see students putting aqueous on water. Now aqueous means dissolved in water, and we wouldn't say that water was dissolved in itself. So we've got 3 reactions that we've looked at, so we'll write out 3 symbol equations for their reactions. Now, I'm hoping that you can remember that when we put lithium with water we saw bubbles, and those bubbles were of hydrogen gas, and hydrogen gas doesn't have the formula H, it has the formula H2, and that is common for all the reactions. In all the reactions we formed hydrogen gas. We got bubbles of that coming off. And I'm also hoping that you can remember that in this reaction between lithium and water, I said that we formed the compound lithium hydroxide. And I also said that lithium hydroxide dissolved in water. So whatever the formula of lithium hydroxide, it's going to have to finish with AQ. Now lithium is in group 1, so it would have a valency of 1. It loses 1 electron when it reacts. Hydroxide, and this is something you need to learn, also has a valency of 1. It has a charge on it of actually -1 minus. So as they both have the same valency, the formula of lithium hydroxide is LiOH. And the product in this reaction, the second reaction between sodium and water, is sodium hydroxide. Again, it's soluble in water. Again, both species, the sodium and the hydroxide, have a valency of 1. So sodium hydroxide is NaOH, AQ. And you've probably, or I hope, you've guessed the formula of our missing compound in the final experiment or reaction. Potassium hydroxide, again, both have a valency of 1, so it's KOH. And what we should now do is just check that these are balanced. So over here we've got 1 lithium on the left, 1 lithium on the right. We've got 1 oxygen on the left and 1 oxygen on the right. But we've got 2 hydrogens there, and then we've got actually 3 hydrogens on the right. So we need to do a little bit of playing around to get it balanced. So it's very difficult to make 2 hydrogens over here turn into 3. But what about if we try and turn them into 4 by putting a big 2 there? Well, that means we've got 4 hydrogens. We've also got 2 oxygens. So if I put a 2 here, that sorts out the oxygens, and it actually sorts out the hydrogens. So we've got 2 there and another 2 there. That makes 4. So what we actually need to do now is balance the lithiums, and a 2 goes there. And because the equations are all of the same structure, they're all going to have the same balance, or the same balancing act. Okay, and that concludes our work on Group 1 metals.